Hello, welcome back. We're playing Submachine 6, The Edge. We have just found our final secret area of the game, discovered a little bit more about how the humans and the machines view each other in this world. Now we've disabled some protocols so we can go back into here and to the elevator system, which was denied us earlier. This must be the elevator. We click right on it and it moves to a new area, and then it moves to us right here. So let's... Oh, look at that. It is right next to us. So let's get in, and we have a few options to us. Let's try this one over here. And there's a door this way. It's a dead end. We have a grating here with the fan, but we can't interact with it. This actually is something we can climb. These are like footholds. So we can get up here, but there's electricity in the way, and it's apparently too dangerous for us to try to cross that. So maybe this is the way to go. Once again, some more ladder stuff, more here. We can go in this way all the way up to the top. We see a telescope, which looks out at sort of a grid again. So this is what we saw at the beginning of the game when that security system took us in, but it took us through the grid. So maybe we're looking at it from the other side. So if we were outside the subnet, now we're inside, or vice versa. Not totally sure how that works. Whatever the case, we're looking at how we got in here. And we have a connection pod here, or a connection spot. But we can't go anywhere because the turret chain is stable, whatever that means. Let's go up this ladder here. And we see a couple lights here. The left light is white, I guess. The right one is black, so on, off, something like that. This might be a turret here, but we can't really see it until we go into here. So we move up. 512 turret online. This is what we're looking at above us, and part of the defense system. So we don't want these things on. Down here, the turret is online and armed. And here, oh, we can change that. So now the turret is disarmed. That's a good start. Back down here, now that's disarmed, we can turn the turret offline. So now the lights have switched places. This is off, and this one's on. So maybe that's good. We've turned the turret offline. But the thing is, we still have all of the defense system up, so we can't get in through there. So we have to do something else over here. And maybe back over here, since the turret is now offline, we can take a look at this. Secondary DS online. Now the turret is offline, the turret chain is broken, and a reset is required. We have protocols 2-18 and 2-17. Now Murtaugh wanted us to do this one, but let's say screw Murtaugh and let's go over here. So if we do this right here, searching, turret offline, resetting, turret chain stable, and that, well, we can do that again. Turret chain stable, yep, that just stabilizes it. Now we can't. Oops, that was not the correct decision. And now the turret is back to functioning. So we gotta go back in here. We don't have to re-disarm the turret. It's been disarmed. We just have to turn it back offline. Head this way. Plug in, and this time let's go to 218, and let's try this one. So turret chain reset, doing a bunch of batches, and it's done. Okay, that was clearly not the right move either because that reset the turret. But you'll notice that reset took a while, and there was an option to cancel the reset while it was happening. So let's try doing that. Once more to protocol 218. So when I click this, I'm going to click cancel really quick. Are you sure you want to cancel? Yes. Well, this is just like turning off your computer while it's shutting down. It completely messes it up. Secondary DS failure. Defense system is completely blown because we tried to hard reset the turret and then we cut power in the middle of doing that. So the computer doesn't work anymore. It needs a complete restart, but we're not going to do that. Now the electricity is off because the defense system's busted. And we can plug into this part. Oh, the mainframe. I like how advanced this system is, and yet it's still a monochrome green and black. So we got this thing in the middle. We can click and it moves this dotted line. I think we could go this path, but you can only go on this path if the dotted line is connecting, like so. So we go up here, and we can't really connect here because nothing connects these dots. But we can go this way, see what we have. So gate 115. We'll just click that, and now we can go. And there's a button there. And down here is just some logs. Outbreak patterns. So some kind of data here. Perhaps this is all translatable in binary, but I haven't done that because you can't just like copy paste this. You'd have to type it in by hand. And there's a lot of these here. But my guess is they don't really say anything important. What these actually are references to the series as a whole. So here's games 1 through 6, which all exist because number 6 is the one I'm playing. Game number 0, which is one of the spin-off games called Ancient Adventure. It was made after the third game as a side contest. It was not made in reference to the series as a whole, except it just takes place in the same universe, hence why I'm not playing it. Same with F, which is in reference to Future Loop Foundation, another spin-off game that was made to promote a particular band, so it doesn't relate to the story at all. And then there's a 7 here, which is sort of grayed out. We can't choose it. But there was a 7th game. Well, there's 10 now, but at the time this game came out, Skutnik already knew he was making a 7th one, and he had some plans for it. So there's a reference to it in here. Let's head this way, and we see some, crazy arms. But they seem to only move when I move here. And if I move my mouse left and right, the thingy on the left here moves up and down, and the one on the right rotates. And if I move my mouse up and down, vice versa. The one on the right moves up and down, the one on the left rotates. So I think I want to get these to connect. There. You just gotta fiddle around until you reach the right spot. And now we can move this way, because these lines are here. And we can click in here. More of the mainframe. Well, here's protocol 1-0. We want to do this, but we can't go anywhere because the primary defense system is still online. Because we've disabled the secondary one, but now I have to disable the primary, which is protocol 1-12. But there's some things here we need to do first, so we can't cross. We have to go back. And we have to disable some other things. So this one... Whoops. We can... Okay, looks like we can rotate these here. And I guess we're trying to get this... Oh, there we go. This one just involves pressing this key here. And this one's another one where I move left and right and this thing connects. Oh, I connected them. Look at that. That one's much easier than the other one. Once we do that, we can go back. And now we can head to the primary defense system. And here's the human recognition pattern. This is what has noticed we've been trying to hack it, even though it has been powerless to stop us. And we're just going to turn this off. And now there's no human recognition pattern. The entire subnet security system has been disabled. It has no idea we're here. Because of that, we can just get in here. It doesn't know we're trying to hack it. And we can just shut off the mainframe. And there we are. We did exactly what Murtaugh wanted us. We didn't really have a choice. There was no other way out of here. Hello, I can't believe it. You managed to disable the defense systems of the subnet. Now we can travel freely throughout the net. We can finally invade the core of the submachine. Unfortunately for you, your adventure ends here. Goodbye. Oof. Yeah, so Murtaugh's not exactly the greatest guy. Now, you'd think this means he's coming to get us, but he's not an evil, like, villain, like mustache-twirling supervillain. He's just sort of a bureaucrat businessman at this point. He sent us out here to the edge, and he seems to think there's no way back, so he's basically saying, thanks for your service, you're going to die out there, but you did what was necessary. Now we can take all these off because, well, the systems are all off. The fan is no longer turning. We can just climb in this, and apparently we are able to climb up this really tall pipe, and we get out to the surface. Nothing that way. One of those portals, this one seems to be functioning, and nothing this way. So our only option is to use it, and that's that. So we did actually manage to escape from the edge, contrary to what Murtaugh thought was possible. So that is game number 6. So what do I think about this one? Well, I used to not like this game, like when I first played it, because it didn't feature any of the teleporting or like sort of trans-dimensional things that the other games featured, especially numbers 4 and 5, which the game mechanics heavily relied on those features. This one just used the hacking mechanics, which are a bit underdeveloped, honestly, you do like 10 different hacking things, and the first 6 or 7 of them are sort of tutorialish to teach you how to get around. And even then, they're not that difficult. The stuff that's really difficult is finding the secret rooms. And from here on out, it's good that Skutnik uses the secret rooms and the secret stuff to add extra plot data, but it does mean that if you aren't clever enough to find the secrets, or you just don't go to gamefacts.com and ask, then you don't know the plot as much, which I guess is fine. You don't really need to know it to enjoy playing the puzzles, so the secrets are there for the diehard fans. However, I am not enough of a diehard fan to be smart enough to find the secrets on my own. In the later games, I find some on my own because, once again, he returns to collectibles rather than secret rooms. So I could find a good 60 to 70% of the secrets without much help. But finding them all is quite a task. But at least you are rewarded with some interesting plot data, because knowing that plot tells us a little bit more about what Murtaugh's doing. Because if you don't know the secrets, then you get to the end and it's a surprise. Oh, Murtaugh abandoned you here. He must be a bad guy. Knowing the plot elements makes it a little bit more complicated. Yeah, there's something going on with him. He's a bit shifty. He wants to invade the core. We're not sure why. But at the same time, the subnet itself seems very hostile to humans, by the fact that everyone who was sent to the edge before me died. They were unable to get this connection rod, I guess, because that was the only way I was able to disable protocols without being locked up. So Murtaugh is pretty indifferent to the human suffering that he inflicts on people who he sends out to disable the subnet. At the same time, maybe there's a good reason. We'll find out exactly what is going on in later games once we meet up with Liz. So I guess I'd rank this, well, it's not as good as number 4. The lab just holds a special place in my heart. But I'd say it's just a bit under that as far as game design, because we finally get some twists and turns in the plot and get to see a little bit more of the world. In the next game, though, we will see quite a bit more, one of my favorites. So I can't wait, and I hope to see you then. Bye.